1 second, and YouTube is live. What's going on, YouTube? My name is Adonis D. Johnson. I am your self empowerment coach for today. Thanks for logging in and joining. Please subscribe to the channel, right? So I'm shooting live from Facebook, the business page, Adonis D. Johnson, and I'm also shooting live from YouTube, Adonis Johnson, no D, Adonis Johnson, no D, right? What's going on, Desiree? Hey, now I'm gonna try something different. I'm still gonna shoot live from the old Adonis Johnson page. Don't y'all move from this page. What's up, Africa? How are you? Kat, what's good? So I'm still gonna shoot from the other page. It's just a side view, so I'm not really talking to them. I really need them to move over to the business page. So what I did do is I'm shooting live from the regular Adonis Johnson page, right? That's the personal page, but they're not getting this view. They gonna get this view. So if they getting this view, then I need them to move over to the business page and get the real view. But listen, we're gonna have a lot of fun today, right? I love building community. I love building relationships, right? It's different being that Chicago is really a difficult place. It's different from the world. Everybody loves the go, but once you get yourself together, you better understand the message at the end. It's called GO, get up and go. Get yourself together and get moving. Marie, what's happening? Jackie, what's happening? I got Janine checking in. Jeanette, she's online. I'm grateful for everybody. I got Raina online. She's on YouTube holding it down over there for me, making sure that nothing jump off. Right. I just asked that everybody, we can be respectful because it's a lot of different type of people coming into this environment right now. Actually, it's a flood. I think it's a flood because out in the world, if you on my old page, which is the personal page, I need you to move over to the business page so I can be looking directly at you. Now, listen, the connections in the internet is not the greatest, but if we lose signal, we're going to try to hold on and we're going to try to wait, right? So that's the breakage. I normally end and maybe a little bit over an hour. I normally end. I like to end with you with prayer. Prayer just for relationship. I don't believe that we can do anything without having the spirit present, right? If you present, then let's see what spirit you brought with you, right? Being that we are trying to be self-empowered, we have to be respectful of self, right? That's what I look to manifest. I studied this area. I spent a lot of time in this area, and I want to help people inspire themselves, motivate themselves, and encourage themselves. It's not an easy thing to do, but it can be done. I speak as a witness, right? One of the things that you can do is adopt the inner concept. The inner concept is I am my life coach. As we continue to grow, you will hear me say I am my life coach. It's an inner concept that help you get out of experience, right? So some things that we do in life, right? The reason we have not received the results that we're looking for is because we need to be grounded. Okay, so there go Facebook. Facebook just went offline like bow. So it's offline on one side, it's offline on another side. Maybe this will encourage people to use YouTube because I can't wait this long. That's why I didn't want to get started. Because if I see this thing just constantly doing what it's doing, pausing due to poor wireless connection, your broadcast has been paused. Consider moving and finding a better signal. Isn't that amazing that when your signal get lost, God, the higher power, the spirit will tell you to move yourself. Move yourself out of people's lives. Get your tail out that relationship. You are at the wrong job. Please direct your tail out that door. They should not have to fire you. They done already insulted you, disrespected you. There go YouTube again. They done already disconnected you, right? And they trying to figure out where they're going to place you at in their lives, right? Anyway, this can be very distracting, right? Very distracting. Maybe it's happening because we have not prayed yet. That's a possibility. So I'm gonna have to take that into consideration. So we're gonna try one more time. I know somebody already told me, AJ, it's frustrating. The signal keep going out, and I don't even want to keep the lines open. But I got YouTube. I don't think my YouTube people should have to suffer or have to go without. What's going on, Rena Davis? Okay, we good over here. Listen, I'm building a community real quick on YouTube, and the more I see people jump on YouTube, is the more I'm just gonna have to float with it and just make it happen. So I'm just gonna continue to keep talking. I never want to miss anything. I believe that it needs to be a certain type of flow in order to get this self-empowerment thing down packed. We need to know why we here. We need to know what we here to do, and we need to know where we are at this point. This is definitely a moment where you have to decide, at this point, where are you? At this point, are you fed up with going back and forth with people? At this point, do you even care now? Some things you don't care about, you need to release it. There's no sense of still being held accountable to something that you done release. I don't even care what happened with the relationship. I don't even care what happened with so and so. I'm done. You done told them 20 times and they still doing what it is they want to do. Did it ever ring a bell that they're gonna do what they want to do, and you gotta let them do what they do, and you gotta get on to your life, but your life is the one that's on hold? Well, I done had that problem. You done had that problem. I'm in one of these sessions over here on Facebook because that what I just tried to do is not working, right? That's not working. So I'm just gonna end that one and I'm gonna delete it because that is not working. So we're gonna delete that one. This is messing me up. It's taking away from my time. Um, it's taking away from my time. So I just made some adjustments, you guys. Bear with me. I got to go ahead and go on in. I'm holding the door open too long. I pray that once the spirit gets to moving, that the feed lines stand still, right? And I'm gonna ask that peace be still. I'm gonna show you what's powerful. I'm gonna show you that God is more powerful than anything that can go on that tries to attack this feed line, right? Our signal. So let's go ahead and get it popping. Let me get moving. And for those that want to come back, I'm sure they can come on YouTube and get this feed. Well, if you don't know, now you know. My name is Adonis D. Johnson. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. I am an author. The book is called I Am My Life Coach. I am a self-empowerment coach. I specialize in motivation as well as inspiration. Listen, motivation, self-motivation, and self-inspiration. I believe that when you are out in the world and things that you need to do, you need to know how to get yourself back up and get moving. You need to know when your car stall out, when your mind stall out, when your feelings stall out. You need to know, don't let it distract you. Thank you, TJ, because I'm definitely feeling the heat right now. Y'all feel this sweat coming down. That's because I'm feeling the heat. My Facebook family not here. I don't have the Invisible Crown Army right now. And I ain't never really moved without the army. So let me just calm down. Seem like stuff when you really want to get it right, that's how life just go, you know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of our lives end up being so off track, is that we have high expectations to make it. We come looking to do a job, and before you know it, all other stuff that you have no control over, the signals, the environment, all type of stuff is just comes in and it just tries to destroy what you got going on. My phone not even operating right, and I don't even understand why my phone wouldn't be operating right? I can't even play what I wanted to play. You know, not gonna let it kill my momentum. But if they let me find some rhythm, I'm going straight in. Can't lie to you about that. A little sick of this stuff now. Lost time. Got some stuff I want to say. Okay, they just kicked me out on this one, so let's just start it all over again, and let's do it again. So we're gonna try it again one more time. Okay. And it's funny because I have my internet person literally working on my platform. I'm building a community on YouTube right now, so I'm grateful for that. But as soon as this phone get my music up, I'm going, and so I have to go in because something is trying to come against me, and I cannot allow that to happen. People want me to fail. People want People want me to give up. Someone questioned me today. They asked me, Why do I do this? You know, people make their own decision. They're too old to be listening to someone else. They're stuck in their ways. They're stuck in their ways. This is why they said to me, what's going on YouTube? My name is Adonis D. Johnson. I'm your self-empowerment coach. We already running behind, so I have to talk kind of quick. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. We have not got into the timeout yet, okay? But you can always go over to YouTube at AdonisJohnson.com. Somebody asked me, why do I spend so much time? People are stuck in their ways, especially when they're adults. You got to let adults be adults. You got to let grown people be grown people. You can't tell them what to do. You got to allow them to do what they do, right? That's the reason why I'm here. You cannot do what you want to do. You are not stuck in your ways. Your ways has got you stuck, and your stuckness, being stuck, you need to get unstuck. You have to evolve. You have to go forward. You have to move. And the only way you're going to be able to move is to see where you at right now and be able to get some support. So I want to get you some support right now. I need the Lord right now to help me right now, because it seemed like all type of things is coming against me. When I was in the darkest place in my life and I needed to make a choice, I needed to make a shift, I needed something different, I needed a different music, I needed a different environment. I was by myself. This was the first deliverance song I heard. I am a worshiper. I am a worshiper, and I know that when the night is dark and when you don't know where you're going, sometimes you got to let your heart speak for you. This song is just dedicated to those that's in that dark place right now, those that don't know where you at right now, those that's looking for a way out. Yes, God. For some of us, we need to remember some of the people that was in our lives, right? The reason why they gave you life. Some people came in your life to give you life. They came to give you air. And with that air, you are able to develop and grow. Come on, Rena. You already know. This song right here, I got to play it first. Calm to the storm. Life to me. And you the air that I breathe. Come on, y'all. We got to be personal with this. And I love you, God. That got to come from the heart. Why do you love him? You got to make sure you understand this. Most importantly, why would he love you? Why would he sing you parents? Why would he sing you people, right? Come on now. If you can't say nothing else, this is a prayer right now. I just love you, God. I'm not the best prayer. I don't have the best words. I just love you. That's it. Listen to that. I bring you a real song. The real song has to come from within yourself. The real song has to come from a place, right? A place deep down inside of you, okay? Your own song. That's why this is a personal development line, because it's personal. It has to be personal for you, right? That's what I look to do. That's what I look to do. And I'm gonna go in. Facebook, get on my nerves, boy. Yes, God, come on. Yes, God, come on. This is just worship right now, you guys. We just worshiping. We ain't worshiping people. We ain't worshiping things. We ain't worshiping places. We worshiping the fact that he holds a position in our life. We worshiping the fact he sent people to us that allowed us to develop and grow. We pressing into his presence right now. We walking into his presence right now. We coming into his presence right now for ourselves. That's different right there, you guys. This is a different calling right now. This is a different calling right now. And he's calling some of you. I'm going to get to what I need to say, but I got to get this part out the way. I got to get this part out the way. My affection. Sometimes you got to cry for yourself, right? I can't carry you with this song. This is an individual song right here. Lines going out, lines coming in, power lines going out, power lines coming in. But I needed to open up with a thank you or somehow. We love you. Do anybody want to say they just love them? We love them? Okay, I got a YouTube community going. I'm ready to roll now. Forget you, Facebook. Why? Why do we love him? because he make us happy. If you think about it, he provided for you. That's the reason why you can be happy right there. Most importantly, man, me and Rena, we sung this song by ourselves in the dark. You hear me? Sometimes you got to get in a dark place and you got to tell God, you are so good to me. I told you that it's personal. Get over to YouTube. Facebook is not reliable right now. Some of your relationship with some of your people, they are not reliable right now. You got to let them go. They are not reliable. Man, so the song had to be personal. Let me get into that personal thing and let me get moving real quick. I mean, have to restart and reset. Thank you guys for working with me. I don't know what's going on with the feed line, but I'm just going to talk to the community, the one that's standing here with me right now. That's the people that I'm about. I'm about people that's really understand my walk and understand my development and understanding my growth. I was told today, why do I help people? Why talk to grown adults? They're grown. They're stuck in their ways. I shouldn't waste time with people that's stuck. That's why I'm here. I'm here to assist the stuck people. We shouldn't be stuck in situations because no one want to get in the situation with us. That's why we stuck right now. Everybody that's talking to you is not in the same situation that you in right now. Sometimes the people that you want counsel from have not experienced some of the stuff that you experience. You know, it's almost like a person that is married and they trying to counsel a person that got a divorce already. It's like, hey, bro, I got a divorce already. I'm not married no more. You're married. I'm not. So it's like it's unbalanced, right? And what I look for is I look for us to be balanced. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. It happens in the 7 o'clock hour. Right now, there's a signal shift going on and our signals keep getting interrupted, right? But let's be clear about something. Some intermittent problems happen for a reason. Some signals get taken away for a reason. Some people are stealing connections from you, right? And I'm here to make sure that we get restored the proper way right now. Let's be clear about something. One thing about this feed, I'm not here to agree with the way you think, but I will challenge the way you think. I like to change the narrative. Why do I change the narrative? It's so we can view things from a different standpoint. We can see things from a different view, a different angle. We have different people here. They in different situations right now, but it's awfully funny that when we walk into a building or we walk into a business or we sit inside of the building of the church, brick and mortar, right? We all on the same side. We all out here. You have PhDs, you have six-figure people, you have millionaires, right, on the stage as well as in the congregation. But for some of us, we just sitting here wondering like, man, what's going on? Where do we fit in at? When is somebody going to come and talk to us, right? Some of us, we sit here and we understand that we are the lost. We are the lost. We don't know what we're supposed to be receiving up in here. We don't know what we're supposed to be getting. All we know is God's supposed to be in this building. And sometimes we feel like we still left out. We feel like, you know, that we have something and we really don't have nothing. So let me be open with you. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. This is when we call a timeout on the battlefield. What is the battlefield? The battlefield is called life. Whose life? It's your life. It's your life. It's your life. We got to own the fact that this is your life. The time out is only for your life. So we call a timeout in this 7 o'clock hour on titles, on positions, on roles, on placement. We have to strip ourselves. We strip ourselves of everything so we can get everything that we possibly need. I mean, again, a manager, whatever role you think you sitting in, or whatever role you think you looking up to, we remove that role. Don't be no sister, don't be no daughter, don't be no mother, don't be no father, don't be no brother, don't be a husband, don't be a wife. Don't be nothing. Remove yourself from everything right now. What am I saying? This needs to be a birthing. But before we get a birthing, we got to get the things we need on deck right now. First off, we need to have a washing. We need to have a ceremony. We need to make sure that if you're going to be here and you ready to take these things up off your back, if you're going to be here and you ready to sit here and be honest, let's just be clear about something. I spent a lot of time in religion and in church. When I thought I had, you could not tell me I did not have the Spirit of God. You could not tell me that God was not in my life. Truth be told, God was in my life, but I did not have the Spirit. I did not have God. I had an understanding that I wanted God, but I did not have God. So I went through life trying to do things, and I thought that God was present in the things that I was doing, to only find out that I made those choices, I made those decisions, and God was not in it. The Spirit of God was not in it. And I still tried to do things. I lived as a failure. I felt like nothing I was doing was succeeding. Everything I tried to do, it just did not work. I met good people, but it wasn't them, it was me. See, we like to blame everybody else except taking ownership. Today, in this time out, this is when we take ownership right now. Listen to me, you guys. If we want to go forward, what if we had it wrong? I mean, can we really just humble ourselves enough to identify that maybe something I had wrong? Maybe it was just me. Maybe that's why my relationship did not work. Maybe that's why I couldn't financially grow, because I thought I had something but I did not have. Some of you get in relationships and you think you found on one of your dreams. You think you found everything. You found, oh, this is the perfect one. You found the perfect one, but don't have what it takes to hold the perfect one. You see, anything that you do requires your participation. So let me not go there, and let me just start here. Everybody, let's just reset the room real quick. Now that we good, Father God, I called on you right now. I'm calling on the Spirit that only you can release right now. When I was going through life right now, when I was doing things in my past, I sit here and thought that me and you was on one accord. I thought that when I was dancing and praise dancing, when I was ministering to the people, it wasn't me ministering. It was them telling me I was ministering. I didn't feel it, but I felt like I was doing something. I felt like I was helping you. I felt like I was doing you a favor. I felt like I was bringing people to you, because you didn't need me. I needed to decrease right now. I just wanted to be honest with you, God, in front of these witnesses right now, that I thought that everything was lined up the way it was supposed to be, and that you was going to order every step I took, to only find out I was in dark places. I was going down when I thought I should have been going up. I put people before I put myself. I sit here and looked up to the ones that when I walked in there, the titles, I honored the title. And I thought it was you. I bought CDs after CDs. I played CDs all day, from morning to night, listening to people talk about you, looking to people preach about you. I was sitting here looking at people streaming and everything, and it seemed like, hey, I think this is what it is, but I did not have nothing personal. I didn't have my personal relationship. Today, God, I ask that you will activate that personal relationship right now, not just in me, but through me. Touch everybody that's in this feed room right now, everybody that's on this broadcast right now, God. I need them to have the encounter, the moment they've been waiting for, the resurrection of who it is you said was coming right now. We need the Spirit so we can move forward. We recognize we ain't done all that we should have done, things we should have said, things we should have acted upon. We did totally the opposite. When you said get out the relationship, we tried to kindle it. We tried to put it back together. We tried to work it out. There was no working it out. You don't allow anything to work unless you working in it. God, we're grateful right now for this opportunity that you're allowing us to strip ourselves before you right now. Spirit of the living God, we call out to you. Yes, God, we need you now, immediately, in this season, at this time. We open right now to receive what it is you will have for us right now. We need to be restarted, refreshed, revived, renewed, restored. Come on, y'all. We need you, God. We need to be rebuilt. Some of us, we need to be gutted of all old, and we need new oil right now. So we asking for that oil. We asking for the oil of life, the oil of joy, the oil of peace. Come on now. We need it on the top of our heads to the sole of our feet. But when we get it, God, we recognize now it ain't for us to sit here and with kick feet up. We need to know that it is you operating, God, in us and through us. Now go touch everybody that connects to us. Touch our family, our friends, our children, our community, our co-workers, classmates. Come on now. God, we asking for a special protection around the things you have already provided for us. You provided us with hearing. You provide us with communication. We need the communication lines to be open. In order to do so, we asking that you will enable our ears so we can hear like we never heard before. We need to be able to see everything, see where we're going, see what's going down, seeing what's happening. We need to see ourselves to the next level. We ask that the vision be restored, the mission be clear, the goals be on paper.
Yay.
We ask, God, that your hand, if it's lifted upon us, we ask that you will lift your hand from us right now, God, because I think we learned our lesson. For some of us, we recognize it was you disciplining us with the rod. Even though we walked through the shadows of the valley of death, we feared evil, and for some of us, we feared no evil because the rod was for discipline. The rod was for discipline, and the staff was for instructions and teaching. Today, we get this teaching. Today, we get the voice of instructions, and with this instructions, God, we honor you for being everything. We honor you for what you have done, what you're about to do.
Yay.
And for being present at this present time. When your present is present, transformation happen, healing happen, miracles happen, deliverance happen. God, we thank you that you're providing us with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You giving things to us right now that we don't even know we receiving, but the fact that we showed up right there, the fact that we showed up, we are getting a fill up right now. We getting a fill up, and it is personal right now. This is personal.
Yay.
I thank you, God. We ain't got to pretend when it comes down to us and you and us. Come on now. God, I ask that you will wrap this broadcast right now. The signals is being jammed for whatever reason. We want to remove any distractions. Some people are coming in and out of our life just like this signal. 1 minute they're there, next minute they're gone. But whatever the case may be, whatever that's going on right now, God, let poverty snap from our mental mindset right now. We don't need poverty mindset. We want to level up right now, but in some areas, some things got a hold on us right now. We don't want to repeat the new year 2022 doing the same thing we did in 2021. We don't want to wait till the end of the year, go into a service and pretend like everything finna be so new on one day going to the next day when we can have that moment right now. Right now, we want to prepare ourselves for where it is we going. We want to prepare ourselves for what we're about to receive. We want to prepare ourselves because we here. We here. And this is all in your son, Jesus Christ's name. Jesus Christ's name is what this is going down in right now. This is going in the books in his name. Why do we put it in his name? Because everything you ever cried for, everything you ever wanted, every amen you ever put out there, whatever thing he said, come to the Father in my name. Anything you shall ask in my name. Don't you understand? He knows exactly what you've been asking for. He got it wrote down. And if I be a man of God, the Spirit only can speak. If he's speaking to you, it's only because you made a private confession to him and you close it out in his name. So listen, I don't want to take too much time. I gave you guys something last week. Man, this little feed thing is something else, boy. I tell you, I'm not going to let it get in my way. But I gotta shift this thing because that was so unexpected right there. But just like problems come in unexpected, blessings come in unexpected as well. I got a YouTube community going on right now that's real super dope. They're keeping it hot over there. I appreciate you guys. I keep on looking at this Facebook thing. I'm about to turn this thing the other way because every time I try to sit here and look at this Facebook screen, it goes and says trying to reconnect, right? For some reason, it's saying trying to reconnect. But I mean, YouTube over here popping right now. Y'all got me blushing, man. Y'all better stop that for real. Y'all got me blushing over here for real. Listen, let's get on into this word, man. I want to say something personally. First off, welcome to the Mighty Monday Meltdown. Please remove all distractions. Anything that's going off or throwing you off, we need to get that out the way right now. The only way that I can reach you, the only way that I can talk to you, I don't want to be perfect. I don't want to be looked at as being perfect. I want to be looked at as being real. I'm real right now, you guys. Let's be clear. I need some areas in my life to change for the better. I refuse to keep my stuff at a bare minimum. I don't want minimum finances. I don't want minimum resources. I don't want minimum anything. What I can do without is small talk. I'm not the small talk guy. I got bigger, better, greater on my mind right now. I really don't have time for pettiness. I don't have time for petty people, petty things, petty situations. Some of you get jammed up in some of the most stupidest situations, right, in life. And I got to call it like that because if you don't look at it like that, right, you can't put all that. This the red cup. Y'all already know what time it is. I'm just joking. That's water, y'all. That's water. That's not 1942. That's water, okay? But at this present time, you know, you need someone that's going to be genuine. I believe genuine, someone that's going to be open, and somebody that's going to be honest about their situation. Why? Because if you can find someone that can open up about their own situation, that means they've been delivered. That means they done with pleasing people. It's not about what you think about me. But what I look to do is if you can see me open myself up, then I can assist you in such a different way because everybody else is pretending like it's all good, pretending like they got it together, pretending like it's on and popping. For me, I wrote a book. It's called I Am My Life Coach over 6 years ago, right? But this book was a book used, it was my notes to put my life back together. It did not start as a book, it was just notes that I take, right? Notes is like real short and brief bullet points, right? In doing so and putting my life back and having to put my life back together, I decided, you know what? I made a deal with God and said, Lord, listen, if this thing is to be true, I didn't know that I would have to use the same information to get my life back together is the notes I was taking for someone else. That's how I know that my work can be duplicated. Success can be duplicated just like failure can be duplicated. The moment I started asking questions, the moment I started questioning the information and the things that was embedded inside of me is the moment everything changed, just like that. So I began to open up to a small community of people and I began to work with them in their life individually, right? And guess what? Not to my surprise, but to my surprise, their life started changing. Their life started changing and they start growing. This is when I understood that your environment don't have to change. Some of us, we allow the environment to dictate who we are. We allow Black communities, whatever ethnic group community, we allow the community to say that we're hood. We allow music to allow us to say that we're savages. We allow all these things that goes on in life on a day-to-day basis to dictate who we are. And we believe maybe this is who we are. Maybe we are the N word. Maybe we are the B word. How can I stand up for and say that I'm not something and two people over here is calling themselves the same thing? My family member is calling themselves this here. People calling these, this is the communication, the culture, the community based on what? Customs. The only thing that has not been custom is your life. You have to customize your life in order so that it can prosper and you can enter into prosperity. So you can prosper and you can enter into prosperity. So me personally, no, I am not a pastor or any of those things. Don't have nothing to do with them. Maybe down the line, but as of right now, absolutely not. I am a motivational, inspirational, self-empowerment coach, something like a life coach, but I don't believe that I can coach somebody's life more than my own life. I'm only here to coach me. And when I coach me, I'm able to connect to some people because you have something inside of you that's real, that says, hey, he's being open, he's being honest, this is our gateway. And that with that gateway, it allows for us to take an alternate route. But see, I started off this particular way for a reason, right? Due to all the different transitions that's going on this camera that's all in my face, right? Is this. As the creator and the founder of I Am My Life Coach, my life is my number one priority. That means if I ever wrote down goals, my name will be at the top, right? For some of you, no disrespect to you, but other things in life has overtaken and overshadowed you. So your top priority might be your job. I can understand why. Because it provides you with your means of income, your way that you live. So if you don't work, you don't eat. You get how that sounds? That's a slogan that was created. If I don't work, I don't eat, right? So for some of us, again, your job, right? That you're so dependent on your job that you believe that, hey, I gotta get to work because if I don't work, I can't pay my bills. I don't have no rent. So that means the job has a hold on you. That's top priority. For some of you, you will probably say, I'm doing this. I work this job so my kids can be good. I'm sending my kids to school. I got a teenager in college. I got a teenager in high school or whatever. This is your means for whatever it is that you're doing. I don't have a problem with this, right? But this is on your priority list. Listen to this. Now that you have your kids right here, and that's your priority because you got to make sure that your kids get a better life, better than you had, right? As if you really knew. And you said this years ago. You said this when you was younger. When I get my kids, I'm going to make sure they have the best of the best. And you have been slaving, trying to fulfill on a promise that you made to yourself. Right? This is what I mean when I say you learned something or you installed something and it needs to be uninstalled. For others, they have doctor issues, right? They might be dealing with some unforeseen circumstances like cancer or diabetes or thyroid or something to that nature. And guess what? The doctor dictates how they eat, what they eat, why they got to eat. So guess what? That is on the priority list. So that's on the priority list. And then you have other things like extracurricular activities, right? Getting your hair done, nails done, that's mandatory, right? Petty and manis, right? That's on your priority list, right? Then you have other things like if you got parents, right, that's still listening or that's still living, then you have your parents. That's on your priority list. Take care, make sure my parents good. So you want to make sure your parents good. You want to make sure your kids good. You want to sit here and work, right? You got your doctor's issues to make sure that's good. Make sure your pep smear and all that come back. So that's good. You know, you want to make sure, you know, you good. Your bills paid. Now notice bills. Your bills, I mean, I ain't wanting for nothing. My bills is paid up, right? I can pay my rent now. So you happy. Priority, right? Some of you even have God on here. You know, I go to church every Sunday. That's on the list too, right? Now, I done named about 7 to 8 things. Not one of those things are you. Let's be clear. You see, all these things has taken priority in your life. So you don't have a life. Your life is really not even on this. I haven't even got to you yet. And we can go on and go down this list. Don't get in a relationship because that's in order to be involved in with someone like your friends, that's a priority. Remember in scripture, it says, what is a man to gain the world and lose his soul? So when you get in a relationship, it goes on your priority list because you have to balance out the priorities of that relationship because somebody else is participating in it with you, which means you go even lower at the bottom, right? Now, let's be clear. Let's go with a relationship with someone else. Have you ever been with someone and you probably said, you know, I don't feel like I'm a priority, what, in your life? You see, people that's normally at the bottom, they want to be at the top in somebody else's life. You don't make me a priority, right? You don't make yourself a priority. Listen to what I'm saying. This is a self-empowerment feed line. I'm only here to empower you by giving you the truth. Remember, the truth will set you free. What would it set you free from? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everything that's on this list of top priorities, right, is what you are trapped by. So you are probably at the bottom, right? So I'm here. Let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 being the bottom, 1 being the top. So if your life is at 10, meaning this is where self comes in, self-love, self-awareness, self-control, self-discipline, all the things that deals with self, right? I have to help move you from 10 to 9 from 9 to 8, from 8 to 7, from 7 to 6, from 6 to 5, from 5 to 4, from 4 to 3, from 3 to 2 to 2, from 2 to 1. That's what I'm here to do with you. The way that I do this is so unique. It's because of I am my life coach. My life is my top priority. For some of you, I'm gonna give you an example. One more example. What's up, YouTube? I'm doing good on the time. Let's give you an example. I heard someone last week stating that they was going on vacation, right? And they said, man, I can't wait till I get a vacation. I'm like, wow, where you going? Where you going, right? They're like, I'm going to Mexico, Cancun, Tulum, right? I'm going to Tulum for a week. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to sit back on the beach. I'm going to have me some peace, right? I said, good job. Hey, I can't wait till you get your vacation, right? But when I walked away, it wasn't for me to kill somebody else's moment, but I did learn something from that I want to share with you. Remember I said that my life is my top priority? You see, that 1 week vacation, that's the person at the bottom, that's number 10. That 1 week of living like you at peace, right? Living like I just want to relax, right? I don't want to answer no phones. I don't want to deal with no kids. I don't want to deal with no work. I don't want to deal with no doctors. I'm going to put my little bathing suit on. I'm going to oil up. I'm going to lose a little weight. I just want to eat. I'm going to have a good time. And now I don't want to be bothered. I'm going to sit in the pool. I'm going to do everything I want to do for 1 week. That has to change. Because that 1 week is really my whole life for 365 days a year. I don't know how to take time off from being me because I'm at the top. Some people on their goals list, right? I was taught back in the day, God first. When somebody was helping me with my goals, I'm like, where you put God at? They're like, put God right here, right? So you start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on your goals, but I always had 0, put God first. How can you put God first, right? That just means you put God outside of yourself. So you like God, then my children, then my family, then my mother, then me. But if God took you yesterday, then what's up with all this other stuff now? Do your job really matter now? Do your family really matter now? If you leave, because there's kids here right now, and mamas and dads is gone, okay? They here by themselves, and life goes on. But see, some of you are overworking yourself to the point where you're setting yourself up to something you're not ready for. And that is that disappointment and that knock at the door. And I'm here to try to prevent that. That's why I'm here. You see, if God is first, then your face, you should be right here with God. I am my life coach is at the top. Why? Because if I'm not here, then everything else don't matter. If God gonna use anybody for the life I'm living, then who you think he's gonna use? He's gonna use you, but he can't use you when all these other stuff got a hold on you. All these other stuff is over you. They got a strain and it's pulling you like a spouse. You gotta do this for me. You don't make me happy no more. And now you're getting threats. I'm threatening you with child support. If I get a divorce, I'm taking half. I'm taking everything. You see what I'm saying? This is the world we living in right now. This is where we at right now. This is why we kept getting disciplined. So I want to give you some of the things that I want to go into this word real quick, right? And I want to leave you with something and close out early on something. So I want to get us out of. I want to get something out real quick, right? I talked about on the Rude Awakening, right? I gave you a Rude Awakening every Saturday. If you have not watched that broadcast, please watch that broadcast. And the broadcast was pretty much built up in such a way that it was letting us know about the signals and how we get disconnected and how we have to own up to the things that we do. Remember, faith without work is dead. I was looking at somebody on the side of the expressway and it said, I need work. I thought about back in the day when you're looking for signs you'll put up in a window, have work or, need help, right? Some people need help, need work, right? Listen to this. Faith without work is dead, right? Faith without work is dead, right? Faith, your faith in whatever God you serve, without your work, listen to that. Your work has to support your faith. Not your mouth, not what so-and-so said, not what they said around the corner, not what happened at the VA Awards, not the Emmys Awards. Your faith, it should be backed by your work. If you want something, you have to be in it in order for God to get in it. A lot of us got disappointed and got discouraged with some of the things that we have got in because we never got in it. So God never got in it. He was never able to come in you and through you because you didn't start working it. You was too busy looking for it to work you and end up failing. You fail, I fail, we all fail. If you be honest with yourself and recognize we fail, then maybe tomorrow can be a better day. If we can look at the back in the past, if we can look at some of the stuff we done, you know what? We just didn't do it the right way. We was undeveloped mentally, spiritually, financially, physically. We didn't have what it takes to maintain what it is that we was trying to get into. Some of us took roles on in the church building. Ain't nothing like serving in church. But if I ain't got my own house together, I'm going to have a problem. And now I see why I was there every week, every month doing these different things, because I believe that I was doing God a favor. I believe that, look, they should be happy. I'm here, right? They should be happy. They should be happy. At the end of the day, he knew my mind was off. He knew my heart was off. He knew I was lost. My understanding was lost. But yet I'm sitting up in here pretending, looking like I'm somebody, like a lot of people in your life, right? But if you could be honest with you, it might not be a lot of people. It might be you. And that's why you draw these type of people upon you, because they drawn to what they see. They drawn like a magnet. They say the opposites attracts. That's in one area. But for you, you attract what you are. And for some of us, we have to change this thing. Your environment don't have to change. But if you change in the midst of your environment, then something will pull you out of what it is you can't walk out of. What you can't get out of, he already got an outlet. So I wanted to explain how some things that we was doing, we might not didn't have what we thought we had, right? And that's why we got what we have. So listen, if you go to Luke 20, because I want to jump in real quick, give you a couple of different chapters real quick and bust it down with you so I can flip the script for you, right? So this parable is about a tenant. Like some people, they rent out apartments, you get a lease, right? The lease. And if you don't pay the bill, they start the eviction process. You don't know when they coming, but you know they're going to come one day, bust this door down and take all your furniture and throw it outside. And you are really homeless, right? For some of us, we don't pay our bills. Just because nobody don't compliment you don't mean you don't deserve one. Just because you don't expect a compliment don't mean you don't deserve one. Let me say it the second way, because that's the better way. Just because you don't expect a compliment, it does not mean you don't deserve one. You see, your compliment comes in the form of what compliments you. I'm not talking words, I'm talking lifestyle, I'm talking living. Sometimes you have to trade your oranges for your apple, somebody else's apple. Sometimes you have to change milk, right? Give them some milk and they give you some hay. But if you don't appreciate what somebody else brings to you, then you can never really fully give what it is you have. For some of you, you sitting on a whole lot, but you missing what somebody else have, and you not getting what they have until you give what you got. And what I mean by that is you keep trying to trick them out of what they have, but you don't want to give what God has given you in order for trade. You have to trade. It's called trade option. You have to trade what it is he provided for you. You can't sit here and keep manipulating somebody else, right? Listen to this. Luke 20, verse 9. He went on to tell the people a parable. Who is this? This is Jesus. Now, I like Jesus. Jesus is really, me and Jesus is like this, okay? Watch this. He said to a parable to people. I always say that Jesus talked two types of ways. Me. Some people say I talk around. You know what that is? When you talk around, right? Who told you that was me talking? Yourself, right? That's not me talking, okay? When you get the spirit in you, it will be something else talking on behalf of you. It's not me. If it was my choice, not at this point, but at some point ago, if it was my choice, I would not be on these feed lines sitting here talking to a camera that keeps going out, another camera that's sitting here going in and out, these bright lights in my face, talking to the world about what? Self-empowerment. When people don't care about what happens to me, I done been through the worstest conditions, and you would think people be actually nice to me. People will treat me. They want me to be nice to them, right? They want me to be nice to them. And I'm the one who endured all this hardship and pain. I'm the one that studied getting stabbed in the back, talked about, lied to, all type of ways. And people act like I've done something wrong to them. Do you hear me? Listen at this scripture right quick. A man planted a vineyard, rented it out. You see the rent? This is Jesus talking. Rented out the vineyard to some farmers and went away for a long time. Listen to this. You see, God provided you with the ability to go out and intertwine with people, right? Learn some people, learn how life goes, look at some stuff, right? And he was going to come back and check on you, right? It says he went away for a long time. This is how I choose to believe that some of us didn't have what we actually thought we had, right? But we've been left alone for so long that we've been doing this on our own. We thought Jesus had to be here because we've been here doing things on our own for so long that man, God had to be here, Jesus had to be here, but we at the bottom though. Like, why we down here? Like, why we getting the bad hand of life? Maybe this is what God wants for us. Maybe even when we go in the building, it's because you sin. Because you living in sin, right? We living in sin now. We living in sin. We're like, well, if I'm living in sin, is they living in sin? It's like somebody need to talk to me about this daggone sin stuff. Like, they sinning, I'm seeing what they doing. But every time I talk to them, they only telling me what I'm doing. But then I just heard him say he ain't pay his rent or his boot money. Or I just learned that if you do, they set these people down for being homosexual, but they didn't set these people down when they sleeping around with everybody. But they ain't set these people down because, it's crazy. Because if you ask the church, raise your hand for all the people that done filed bankruptcy in here. Raise your hand for all those people that foreclosed on something. Raise your hand if your credit score ain't over 600 or 500. Raise your hand if you got a collections on your account. Anything you behind on, past due, whatever. And if everybody raised their hand, we all ain't worthy of being here because whatever you sign your name to, you bound to by contract. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I resolve my bankruptcy. You still owe them people. You see, we write our name and we get contracts with things, right, in places, even people. We in a relationship. We sign up for stuff, and then this is why I say we think God is just all talk. We done sign our life away, join stuff, volunteer. Who want to volunteer to be here 4 days a week to help feed the homeless? I do. Now you bound by contract. A lot of us is in situations because of this. We open up our mouth. I help you, right? When you said that, oh, okay, it's on you now because you done became God. I didn't tell you to do that. So watch this. They sit here and a long time. At the harvest time, he sent a servant to the tent so they will give him some of the fruits from the vineyard. But the tenants beat him and sent him away empty-handed. Stop right there. You mean to tell me I rented out my vineyard to you, and when I sent somebody to give me some of the goodness that I helped you get, you beat him and sent him away empty-handed? Listen to this. Some of you, I have helped you develop and grow, okay? The least you can do is support yourself as well as be nice about this little work that's going on, because this work is your ticket out of your past and into your future. For some of us, we're crossing over into new places, into new areas, and you going an alternate route. And I'm the one that's taking you the alternate route. Just like Harriet Tubman with the Underground Railroad, just like Martin Luther King, he had the march, right? I have an alternate route that I've been given, and I am able to let a few of you go another way with me. So if you can just hold on for a second, I will get you into this new place called paradise. But let's be clear. Don't act like you've been over here, okay? Don't act like you've been over here. This is all new. I Am My Life Coach is the reminder for you. Watch this. So it says they wanted some fruit, right? Now remember, Jesus came to help who? To help you. But when he comes, you shall have fruit that you can give to people. What is fruit? Fruits is like joy, like peace, like love, like happiness, right? For some of you, you don't have nothing to give. You're not happy with nobody coming to your life. You don't know how to treat nobody. Everything is a plot and a scheme. I'm just trying to make sure I protect myself. I ain't got time. I need to work on me. At the end of the day, when Christ comes to get what he get, I do not want to see that tree that you got get cut down. I don't want to see. Remember, he walked up to the person, which was a tree, and he said it should have fruits on it. Right now, you should be loving. You should be kind. You should be, hey, how may I help you? You need some help? No, I can't do that. You got this? No, I ain't doing that. I don't lend no money. Not with my account. No, I can't do this right here, but I can do this. He said when he went up to that tree and didn't find nothing on it, he cursed the tree and it scribbled up. For some of us, we have scribbled up trees in our life for these particular reasons right here. He said the future tree. But the tenant beat him, sent him away empty-handed. He sent another servant, but that one also beat up, treated him shamefully, right? They talked about him, hit him with the rumors. Who is this? This the one that's coming to help you. The one that's helping you is the one you keep. Man, my guards is up. How your guards up with a life that you did not have? You don't own the air that you breathing right now. You did not create yourself. You pray to a God, I believe. Almighty is what you call him. He created you. So what your guards up again? What are you guarding? When you don't own nothing. You only can guard what you build. You only can guard what you create. What did you create? Other than that attitude you have or that invisible wall you think that's protecting you right now. Do you not know that he's sending his son to you, and the one that you've been blocking, the one that you've been screening, the one that you've been going back and forth with, that's the Lord. You've been fighting the wrong one. Okay, watch this. He sent another servant. They beat him shameful. Look at verse 12. He still sent the third one. They wounded him and threw him out. Ain't that something? Get out. This ain't even yours. You hear me? Then the owner of the vineyard said, what shall I do? I will send my son called Jesus Christ, who I love. Perhaps they will respect him. You see the word respect? Respect is huge around here. Let's be clear. The owner said, what shall I do about you? You around here living an unproductive, unfruitful life. Not to mention some of you are over other people and they got unproductive and unfruitful lives. They called your children, they called your kids. Let's not call them kids, but they right underneath you. You see, the apple, the top underneath you is the next wave. Okay? You are over them. He said, what should I do? Right? They done see here. He said, I'll send my son. Listen to this. Perhaps they will respect him. But when the tenants saw him, they talked the matter over. This is the hero. They said, let's kill him and the inheritance will be ours. Ain't that something? The one that was sent to help you, that's the one you want to kill. Devastate. Shut my little feline down. Forget that little funky book. This book is the outlet for a lot of us, right? I'm going to prove it. The tenants, right? He will come and kill those tenants and give the vineyard to the other ones. When the people heard this, they said, God forbid. Jesus looked directly at them and asked, then what is the meaning of that which is written? The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. In other words, you rejecting the help that's supposed to assist you. Let's go over to what we talked about last week as a recap. James. Go down to James 1. James 1. I ended on something super dope, right? Super dope. I ended on James 1. Shoot down to 26. James 1:26. Here it goes. Those who consider themselves religious, right? That means, hey, I don't even talk about God. I'm okay with that. That's fine. I'm not here to change people and who they choose to listen to the Spirit about, okay? Your pastor does not talk to you about finances. He don't talk to you about your feelings and emotions. He don't talk to you about your choices and decisions. He don't talk to you about your parenting. He don't talk to you about your family. He don't talk to you about going to the gym. He's not your fitness trainer. He's not your money maker. He's not your entrepreneur guide. He's not the one that sit here and tell you what to eat, what not to eat, where to go, how to pay your bills. He's not that person, okay? That's you. You're that person. And I'm here to help that person. Got the difference? Thank you. It says, to the religious, and yet do not keep a tight rein on their tongues, deceive themselves. Didn't I tell you, I just don't want my people, meaning the ones that I choose to love and let my peace fall on them. It doesn't matter if they don't choose me. I'm really not concerned. No one chose me. I didn't even choose me. I lived the whole life trying to please everyone except me. I was at the bottom of the food chain when it came to my own life. I did it for everybody else. You know, do it for the black man, do it for your children, do it for your father, do it for the kids, because your father wasn't there. You need to be a better father than him. You act just like so-and-so. You know what? Everybody tried to make me be everything except me. And now you can really understand why I Am My Life Coach came from. Because I had to recognize the only person I need to do it for is myself. And there's something inside of me called self. And with that self, that's what allows me to ground. And when I ground, it keeps me from losing control, spinning out of control, or being remote controlled by anything or anybody. You see, there's too many human robots. Human robots is a program. Program is a religion. So today's program is, at this hour, we're going to have this. At this time, our speaker going to come up. At this time, we're going to have the benediction. At this time, okay, y'all want to go to the funeral? Let's go to a funeral. At the funeral, right? I'll do that for the next line. So listen to this. It says 26. Those that consider themselves religion and does not keep a tight rein on their tongue deceive themselves, and their religion is worthless. Worthless, right? Worthless, meaning, what's your inner concept? Is your inner concept, I'm a Christian? Is your inner concept, I'm Lutheran, or I'm Methodist, or I'm a Buddha, or I'm non-denomination, or I'm Pentecostal? All this sound fancy. I'm a Muslim. Everything sounds good. I want to know about you, though. When God comes, he said, let everyone work out their own salvation. He coming for your work. You cannot hide behind what you are, right? You can't hide behind none of that. That was here before you got here. I'm a Delta. I'm a Kappa. I'm a Alpha. I'm a Theta. I'm a black. I'm black. I'm a strong black woman. You cannot hide behind a strong black woman. You got to tell me where your work is at. You got to show me who you are. You got to show me what you about. You got to show me what you built on. You got to show something. But you talk a lot. That's what it just said. It said the religion that God, our Father, accept as pure and faultless is this: to look after the orphans and the widows. He stuck them together, orphan and widows. Or widows is because she was married, and remember, the two become one. So one got to give an account to one person, the other one got to give an account to them. And before we do something, we got to talk it over with each other. What should we do? We need to phone a friend. Okay, hey, what's up? You think we should do this, do this? That's how they have to have a conversation because of their arrangement, okay? The orphan is just somebody that never was planted at all. That's just somebody that's out here. And listen to this. And to keep oneself, stop. There go I Am My Life Coach. It's right here, James 1, verse 27. It says to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. To keep yourself from being polluted by the world, meaning you in the world, right? You here, but you have one job because you only got one self, right? And that's to not pollute yourself with all those things that you got on the list that's priorities. Remember, Jesus and Martha and Mary. Mary had Mary at the top priority list. Mary was right there with Jesus. Jesus was with Mary. And guess what? Everybody saw, Martha saw her and said, Jesus, Jesus, do you care that Mary not helping me? And Jesus said to Martha, 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 you are worried about many things. There is only one thing, top priority, that you should be worried about. There was only one thing that you should be worried about. That is only one thing. And that one thing is right here, to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. The world is here. The people is here. Your family is here. Your friends is here. Your community is here. The stores is here. Gucci, everything is here. Target and Walmart. And when you gone, it's still going to be here. So my point is, it was here before you got here. You had a soul tied to things before Christ came in and said you got one job and one job only, and that's to keep yourself from being polluted. He told Martha, Mary got one thing, and she chose that one thing. Today, I'm asking you to choose that one thing. That one thing is called ownership. Scoot on over to James 2. Turn the page. Flick it real quick. Flick of the wrist. Let's go. Flick of the wrist. Turn that page. Y'all turn that page? Okay. Here go another I Am My Life coach moment. James 2:26, right? As the body is without, the spirit is dead. As the body without the spirit is dead. Where did you ever hear this at? I bet it was at a funeral. Now listen, I'm going to show you an illustration. When you ever attended a homegoing, there was a body in a casket, right? There was a pastor, and there was a little mini church right here. God uses life events as wake-ups to bring you back to him. Let me say it again. He uses life changes events. They're called wake-ups. On Saturday, you got a rude awakening to bring you back to him. Come here. So look at the illustration. This is what you heard the pastor say that was here, trying to give you the message. He says, the body, when the spirit is away from the body, it is with the Lord. And everybody says, amen, amen, and amen. When the body is away, when the spirit is away from the body, it is with the Lord, right? So you got a body laying here that's cold as all outdoors, right? This body is cold as like an ice box sitting here. And they saying, when the spirit is not here, it's with the Lord. Now, the body without spirit is dead. What is he saying to the people really is, if you do not have the spirit of Christ in your body, then you are dead. So it's not talking about this body, it's talking about this bodies. The bodies that's out here that's looking like this. Because those bodies are not on count. They're not in the books. Your name is not here, and you're missing the spirit that should be occupying your body. There's a spirit to help your soul. Your soul is moving around, making choices and decisions for you. Your soul, thinking, free will. I can do what I want to do. You are 100% right. You can do what you want to do. It does not mean you're going to get the results that you're looking for. So what happened? Your feelings and emotion. Somebody told me this past weekend. He said, man, what do you do for a living? What do you do? I said, I go hard, right? You street guy. I go hard, bro. He said, man, I go hard too. I said, I go hard in the right direction. He said, damn, I ain't look at it like that. There's no reason to go hard in the wrong direction. Some of you had the worst relationship and you put your all into that man or that female. But actually into that relationship. You didn't put your all into that man. You put your all into something and that wasn't even your all, right? That was a disgrace for what you participated in. That's why God will bring that thing down, because what you was offering was not worthy to be put on the books, right? Remember, faith without work is dead. Your faith needs to occupy your work. Some of you need work. There's no way to show God or God to show himself here on earth unless you put your best foot forward. You don't get in it if you don't want to put the energy in it, because you getting graded for what you have. I don't care if you talking to somebody, you with somebody, whatever the case may be. It will require 100% of you. If you desire to be used by Christ and Christ desire to use you, you cannot put limitations on what you do. I'm only doing this if this. I'm only doing this if that. You do not write the rules, okay? It's best you don't even do nothing. Cut your cell phone off and just get yourself together. I'm just telling you now. That's how it is, and that's what it's coming down to. I'm just real with it. I'm tired of faking. I'm tired of sitting here pretending. Yes, I want another level. Yes, I want to go to something new. Of course, I want to go to bigger, better, greater. But at the same time, I can't do those things unless I bring the right people with me. Because I believe that I got what it takes to help people. I believe if you turn back to Matthews, right? Matthews, there's a scripture that says faith without work is dead, right? It says you will be like the one who looks in the mirror, right? And soon as you walk away, right, you forget what you look like. I am my life coach is a self-affirmation to remind you what you look like. So when you walk away, I am my life coach. So hey, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna forget what I look like because I knew. Just like you took your time, it says the one who look in the mirror, right? The one who looks in the mirror at they self. It says that some people forget what they look like, right? But for the other one who look intently at themselves, they meaning they spend some time. You spend some time on them eyelashes, plucking them, right? You spend some time putting that blush on, powdering up, right? You put some time on them lipsticks, that eyeliner, right? You took time. If you took that time, you are an artist. That means you have creativity. That means you know what you should look like. It's in 1 James, verse 23. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do as what it say is like someone who looks at their face in the mirror and after looking at herself or himself goes away and immediately forget what they look like. Meaning, how my makeup look, girl? How my lipstick look? Is it popping? Did you not just do it for 33 hours? Listen, I Am My Life Coach is an inner concept. It will help ground you and it will keep you from stumbling. It will keep you from falling because it's a reminder. Last scripture I got to go to is verse 12. I do apologize again. I do not own these feed lines, but I will do a better job to make sure that we constantly upgrade and enhance where we at so that when we doing what we doing, there will be no interruptions. I want to make sure that those that's with me can always be able to advance. I do talk over and over about some of the same things. And the reason I talk over and over because consistency is what builds muscles. The more you hear, I am my life coach, the more you hear self-empowerment, the more you hear this is the more it brings on change in your life and in the lives of those that are around you. When you're ready to make your decisions and choices, what will happen is you will go from 9 to 8, from 8 to 7, from 7 to 6, from 6 to 5. It is not easy though. This take consistency because some of you have really stacked this deck real high and you're carrying all these responsibilities and this is why you have no freedom. And then when you talk to someone like myself, my priority is me. I'm at the top of the list. So when I'm speaking, guess what? I probably do more than probably half the people that you know, right? I got multiple jobs. I got approximately 9 jobs I'm working, right? Including doing these fees and giving my time away. I mean, God is grateful. I'm grateful to be used, but he rewards me. He rewards me publicly for what I do privately. I'm not the one that want to put money to my ear and be like, hey, talk to the money. Can you hear me? That would be the wrong reason to listen to me. I don't feed off into foolishness or stupidness, okay? I believe that there's an inner concept and we got to, some situation we're going to have to sneak ourselves out of. Some stuff we're going to have to stop, drop, and we're going to have to roll up out of there. And they wonder, what happened to them? Somebody told me that they was with their guy. Right, listen to me. They was with that guy. They had a little baby or whatever. I hope they ain't on the feed line. And she came home, and he was packed up and gone. I'm like, what? You mean tell me brothers got it in them to do that? Normally it's the woman that pack up. I'm out. But he packed up, baby, and he was gone. Okay. They's like, I don't care. I'm looking like, you have to care. The problem is why you don't care. Why you don't care? You got an investment. You put time. You have to care. If I done wrong, God, I'm here. I realize I done wrong. I'm standing right at the crime scene, right? I'm at the crime scene like, God, look, it's supposed to be somebody here with me. I'm by myself. But can this go on the books? Because I done messed up and done a lot on my own. But this one right here, God, you know I did everything I should have done. I'm pleading my case because I'm scared of the Lord. I'm scared of God, y'all. Listen, I'm done on this. This is going to take 2 minutes. First, Matthew 12, verse 1. At that time, Jesus went through the grain field. Let me say that ain't it. Verse 3. Wait, that ain't it either. Where I get this at? Oh, I'm sorry. Verse 12, verse 38. Verse 38. Scoot on down. 2 minutes, 1 minute, 38. Then some of the Pharisees and teachers of the law said to him, Teacher, we want to see a sign from you. You hear this? Some of you want to see a sign from God. You want to see a sign. You know what? I need to know that this man here, you ain't seen a sign in nowhere else of nobody, but you think you seeing a sign. The sign you want to see is your life change. That's the sign right there. The sign you want to see is you getting bigger, better, greater, and opportunity. Some of you get the opportunity and you run from the opportunity. You know why? Because you done lied to yourself and said, this is too good to be true. I don't deserve all this. And that's yourself convicting yourself, but that's Christ. He did. He's doing it for you. That's why he's superseding your expectations. He's blowing what you think. He's overdoing it. But the problem is you sitting over here, sitting in your own blood, drowning, and God done already showed up ready to move you, saying, come on, let's go. You sitting here, this is too good to be true. Wait a minute, we're moving too fast. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is just, and that's why your butt keep repeating on that hamster wheel. Didn't I tell you at the beginning of this feed line, we ain't finna keep doing 2021 all over again. When the 2022 come, we still on 2021 stuff, talking about a pandemic. That game is over, okay? 2020 is done. 2021, okay. 2022, bigger, better, greater. And if you don't see me, that's because I done got mad deal signed. I'm on something different. And y'all should have remembered when I was here. Y'all didn't treat me good. Y'all didn't treat me nice. Y'all played me. And I was here trying to go all in for y'all. Let me change my music. Listen to this. Because y'all got to hear this last part. Y'all got to hear this. Don't you move real quick. Where my YouTube at? Okay, YouTube's still on that. Y'all know I get excited when I see two people. I'm good. Two people, I'm going in. Let me put my little closeout song on. Come on, girl, bring us home. Right? So listen to this, y'all. As I close, I got to pray us out. So listen. So they said, teacher, listen, Jesus said, y'all want to see a sign? He answered, a wicked and adulterous generation asks for a sign. A wicked and adulterous generation. Why are you an adulterous generation? That's because you want teacher after teacher after teacher. There's only one teacher. His name is Christ. That's the teacher I've come to understand. That's the master teacher, right? Now, I get it. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I get them teachers too. They good. But the one who taught me was Christ. Okay? That's Jesus. That's my teacher. Okay? He was called teacher more than Messiah. So let's not talk about God, right? Let's just talk about the spirit of Christ. Let's just talk about the Christ spirit that teach us, right? Listen to this. They want to see a sign, but none will be given. None will be given it except the sign of the prophet of Jonah. I didn't even know Jonah was a prophet. I thought he was just running. When he would come to be a prophet? Because he was talking to God just like you. What if I told you that each and every last one of you are a prophet? That means you supposed to be handling your affairs on behalf of God. He say, ask, and I will give to you without finding fault. That means some of you done allowed the things around you to dictate what you can and cannot do. You have yourself so far at the bottom, you can't even make a request. You are powerless because you should be on top, commanding from the top of the stuff you stand over. You got to stand over stuff and get up there, climb back up there on top of that mountain of all your priorities that you got sitting on your head. Let's be clear about something. If you was taken from this earth yesterday, life goes on. You could be replaced at a job. Your kids will have a stepmother or a stepfather. Somebody else is going to be on deck. When that dude leave you, somebody else is like, I'm the better one. Thank God you left her because here I am. When that man is done with you, that woman going to find a man that she been looking for and saying, my God, I almost settled for, I ain't going to even tell you what I was about to settle for. I cried over that. OMG. This is when God blows your mind. This is when he over exceeds your expectation. Some of you had to get kicked out the job, but you wanted that job. Man, they gonna fire me. They gonna sit here and try to fire some. Then you get the new job. Hey, I'm a manager now, y'all. Look at my new job. I got a new promotion. What's good? Look at my new car. But you forget everything. You forget all the stuff that you wanted to do, that you stuck yourself in. Listen to this. He said the only signs you're going to see is the sign of Jonah. Verse 40. For as Jonah was 3 days, come on, y'all, 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of a huge fish. Some of you are in this belly already.
Yay.
And you are not alone. We are in this belly too.
Yay.
3 days. Come on, y'all. 3 days. I feel that.
Yay.
It says, for as Jonah was in there 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of a huge fish. Listen to this. The Son of Man, the Son of Man, the Son of Man. Y'all ain't getting that. That's Christ, the Spirit, the Son of Man. There you go. Will be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. Come on, y'all. Is there a heart in the house tonight? He is in the heart right now of the earth. He's here. He is the heart. He's the heartbeat to what it is you trying to do right now. He's in your situation. Come on, y'all. Y'all better get real about this. I ain't playing now. This thing is finna get real. Watch this. He said you want to see a sign outwardly. You need an inner concept inwardly. Come on now. You need I am my life coach, because that is what's going to walk you out of whatever. I am my life coach means I don't owe nobody nothing. I don't owe you no explanation. I don't owe you no reason. I don't owe you no excuse. Come on, y'all. No retreat, no surrender, no excuse, no explanation, no reason. We said what we said. We meant what we meant. We did what we did. That was then. This is now. Come on. Get yourself back together. Pull yourself back together. We got to close out. We got to close out. We got to close out. We got to get to the 90 for 90. Come on, y'all. 90 for 90 start next month. That's the 4th quarter. We got a little time, but we here for a good time, not a long time. Pack it up. It's time to shift. It's time to move. Watch this. The men of Nineveh will stand up and the judgment with this generation and condemn it. For they repented at the preaching of Jonah, and now something greater than Jonah is here. Stop right there. The people, they repented because Jonah was talking to them like, look, y'all better get it together. Y'all better stop playing with God. God ain't playing with you. You need some work. You need some work to match that faith. Don't sit here and tell me about your faith and you ain't got no work. What you believe in, you better believe again. Get your butt back up. You better start cleaning yourself up. Clean that credit up. You better get yourself together. You better stop trying to repair outwardly, because when Christ comes, he's looking at your heart. He's checking your motives and he's looking at your thoughts. And you cannot talk crazy. Now listen to this. He says something is greater than Jonah. Verse 42. The queen of the south will rise at the judgment with this generation and condemn it. Some of you the queen of the south. You hear me? Now, I ain't talking about Teresa Mendoza, but you are the queen of the south. And some of you, that's why I'm scared of y'all. I ain't playing with y'all. Y'all better stop playing with me. You better say nice things about me, okay? It says the queen of the south will rise at judgment with this generation and condemn it. For she came from the ends of the earth to listen. Some of y'all, this is where y'all lose y'all privilege. Y'all don't know how to listen. She listened to Solomon wisdom. Solomon was a man. Solomon had wisdom that was only given by God, and she was getting the instructions. Do y'all want the voice of instructions? Do y'all want some understanding on how to do this thing and get yourself free and get to where it is you need to be at the top of the hill? Listen to this. It says in Solomon wisdom, and now something greater than Solomon is here. Wait a minute. You mean tell me Solomon was the greatest of all time in wisdom? And Jesus says something is greater than him. Now, Jesus saying this in today's time. He's speaking for right now. Some of you keep talking about Solomon. He told God he ain't want money. That's what the preacher was preaching to you. He wasn't there with Solomon. How he know? He reading out a book just like you. Okay? And he wasn't there sitting with no tea or nothing. Like, and Solomon said, I don't want this, God. Just give me wisdom. He talking to you in a regular conversation. You like, I love Solomon. You ain't never even met Solomon. You done had Jesus in your presence 40 times and you still don't know who he is at this point. Watch this. He says something is bigger than Solomon is here. Okay. 43. When an impure spirit comes out of a person, pay attention. I'm done. When an unclean spirit comes out of a person, it goes through arrayed places seeking rest and does not find it. You understand, to get a spirit taken off of you, poverty, confusion, loneliness, abandonment, abuse, lust, all of those are spirits. Those are demons. That's what hinders you and keeps you from becoming what you need to be. But Christ comes and boot them out your life. Watch this. It says, then it says, I will return to the house I left. Religion, gone. But I'm going to return to the house I left. When it arrives, it finds that the house is unoccupied. You see some of you? Your house is hollow, unoccupied. Remember, the body without the spirit is dead. Look at this. It says, when the bad spirits leave, it comes back and find that the house is unoccupied, swept clean, and put in order. Put in order. I am a life coach. Put it in order. But listen to me. Then it goes and take with it 7 other spirits, more wicked than itself. More wicked than itself. And they go in and they live there. And the final condition of that person is worse than the first. That is how it will be with this wicked generation. Did you hear what Christ said? Did you hear what Jesus said? He said, when a spirit has left your body, you have it left, it's gone. It seems that your affairs got put back in order. You got to see, some of you at the bottom, so your stuff ain't in order yet, but it's about to be. He's about to change and put your stuff back in order, put you back at the top, right? It says, but those spirits that left, it's in the areas. So the moment you go in that area, that spirit jump back on you. And then the moment you get up with him, I shouldn't answer his call, but let me answer anyway. Hey, how you doing? Boom, boom, boom. You back under a trance again. Soon as you get with the wrong people, bad company corrupts good character. And now it drags you down. And you down here. And it says your final condition. And that person is worse than the person at first. That is how it will be with this generation. That is the sign that Christ is trying to let people understand. For you guys, I am done. That is my lesson today. Ignorance lose today. Knowledge wins today. Normally, I would just shut it down, but I got to go in one more time. I need you to understand something. The priority list. The priority list. You cannot use your kids for your motivation to go out here in the world and be something. You think you fighting for them, but when God hinders your hand and he takes you out the way, who gonna help these kids now? We teach them wrong, and at the end of the day, we think that's the right thing to do. No, God is the teacher of all things. He's the creator of all things. He's the one that gave you the assignment. But your number one assignment was to keep yourself from being polluted by this world. So God, we thank you for this teaching you provided us with today. We thank you, God, that you speak in a way that only you can speak. And each and every last one of us will walk away with something. And with that something, if it's the crumb from the cookie that had to crumble, then we're grateful that you baked it. We're grateful that it came from a place called your hand. God, with that bread is the bread of life. That bread is the bread of life. That bread is the bread of life. We thank you that you're giving us daily bread. We thank you that you're raising us up right now. We thank you that you're getting us ready. The Invisible Crown Army, we have angels outside of our houses right now. They walk behind us everywhere we go. They clear the way. Come on now. We are strong and confident in what we need to do now because we can identify that when we ground ourselves, it gives us self-control. With that self-control, we access self-discipline. With that self-discipline, we become a disciple of Christ as an individual. You told us we had one job, and that's to keep oneself from being polluted by this world. Today, we are grateful because we can see, we can hear. You have adjusted us. You have aligned us. You have reshaped us and reformed us so that we can be everything that you're calling us to be. We could be successful at the things we set out to do, all for your name's sake, all for your name's sake, for your glory, for your honor, and for your praise. It is to you. You deserve all that, and all that you will get out of these people right here, because we don't got no other choice right now. We just need to know that better days is about to hit. We don't want to talk about better days. We want to live in better days. Come on now. We want it now. Activate it now. Activate it now. We get it now. Ownership, God. We need ownership. We got it now. We need relationship. We understand it now. We need a communication, effective communication. We got to speak that thing as not as though it were. We recognize that. Come on now. We need this transformation to work. So today, God, we asking that you will honor what we're saying, honor what we're doing. We're doing something amazing right now. And it's all for the building of your kingdom. Come on now. In Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Thank y'all. I appreciate everything. Yes, God. I thank y'all for this. This was good. I don't care about what happened at the feed line. It ain't how you start, it's how you finish. That's where we at right now. We got to close out the rest of this month. Then we going into the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is something called the 90 for 90. I'm going to navigate you there. Why do I do it? Because I'm down here too. That's why I do it. I do it because ain't nobody going to do it for us. I don't have a fall back. I don't have a fall guy. I don't have a bag up. I don't have a case of emergency. I don't have an emergency stash. I don't have someone I can call on if I need something. It's on me now. Maybe he designed it this way so that I can sit here and tell you, listen, guys, we all we got right now. Let's be clear. That's why we here. That's why we here, okay? We show up with something different, and I guarantee you, if God be my witness, we will have something different. We do something different, we will have something different. And when they ask, how do we get it? God did it. God did it. He honored what you do. He honored what you do. But if you don't do nothing, don't give me your little faith. He said that stuff is worthless. Keep your God talk, keep your book, keep your church. You can have your little pastor, you can have the choir, your choir the best. So I don't care. I would take one person singing in the shower. Do you hear me? Singing to God before I sit here and try to honor and worship your choir. I do not care about your choir. You do. Okay? If that's what you think gonna get you into heaven, if that man up there is what you think gonna get you into heaven, if that building is what you think gonna get you into heaven, I hope you don't have to die and leave this earth to go find out. Because I'm telling you now, we getting heaven on earth. That's all I'm trying to tell you. I'm gonna get peace on earth. I'm gonna get all them things we desire here on earth, and we're gonna be responsible with it. We're gonna be responsible with it. We're gonna learn. We're gonna keep building. We're gonna keep getting stronger. We're gonna build this army. Okay, that's it. That's my plan. Okay, that's the alternate route. That's the plan right there. Stand here. Who don't like me? So what? So what you don't like? So what my head big? So what I yell and argue? I laugh. So what I'm loud? So what? And what's your point? While you was watching me, I was being me. That's all I'm trying to tell you. While you was watching me, I was being me. But for you, for those that can hear my voice, for those that connects to me, listen to me. All that matters is you live the life that you desire. We don't have to like each other. We don't have to roll with each other. We don't have to kick it. We don't got to have teeth. But if you got goals, look at your goals and fulfill them. Fulfill them. That's all I'm saying. That's what gonna get you your money, your new business, your new car, whatever you need. Those is material things, and you should have those material things. That's why you here. Just like a degree, right? Some people say you just like all this fancy clothes, and just like that, I know people that goes to the meat house for their meat. Okay, I know people that goes. You don't go to the dollar store or the Family Dollar to get your vegetables, do you? I know people that goes to the vegetable farm, the farm to go get the fresh farm, fruits and stuff. Okay, you want the best. You don't have bleach sitting in your house with the black label, do you? That stuff say Clorox, right? That's a brand. Everything you get in life is a brand. Your name is a brand. I bet you didn't know that. Your name is a brand. They got a social security number with a birthday to it. What your brand is what's going to represent how well you've been over finances, how well you've been over emotions, how well you've been over physical things, mental things, emotional things. Your brand is the brand that God is allowing you to operate under, right? But if you don't want to pay him the fruits, you don't want to give him nothing for what he has given you, he's going to take it all and give it to the one that rightfully deserves it. Some of you might lose some stuff, but he will give it to someone else because you didn't know what to do with it. And for the other ones that's getting more, I believe that's everybody on this line, we get more because ain't nobody else available to get it. The only one that's doing work like this is us. Okay? Can't spell us without you. Peace and blessing. That's my time, you guys. Thank you. I tried to take it a little longer because we got off to a late start. You too. Peace and blessings. Okay.